Hi lovely people, this is Amoateng here. I just want to say a big thank you for stopping by to watch this video, and also to my subscribers and all my viewers. Thank you so much for the love and for the support. So today we are going to continue from where we left off last week about knowing your hair 101 series. So far we've done texture, we started with porosity last week, and I believe that as of this time, if you are not high porosity, then you are waiting to know what porosity you are, because we did high porosity last week, and today we are going to do low porosity. So without much ado, let's get into it. Low porosity hair tends to be very compact. The cuticles of the hair tends to be very compact. It is flat, it is smooth, and therefore it is very difficult for product to penetrate. Like, this is another way I can also say it, that the cuticles overlap each other, and therefore there are no space for any product to penetrate. And that is why another name for low porosity is also the resistant porosity. So probably you're thinking, how do I know that this is my hair? Yes, I am a low porosity. And today, as you can see, I actually left my fur on just for people to see. And I left it on because I've been receiving messages from people asking me whether I have some special kind of hair. I don't. I have a kinky hair. You just have to know your porosity to be able to treat it. That is how come I'm able to make a beautiful wash and go and do a beautiful twist out. I just know my porosity. So with that said, let me go back to the topic. The low porosity hair, you'll be able to know whether you're low porosity hair when anytime you try to wash your hair, you realize that your hair doesn't get so wet quickly. And then you also see that products usually sit on top of your hair. For instance, when you put in a deep treatment like a deep conditioner, or even a conditioner, or even a leave-in conditioner, you see that the products, like, sometimes your hair can be so white and it just sitting on top of your hair. When you put in oil, let's say you put in oil right now, the next hour, if you check, you see that the oil is still there, it's still on the surface of the hair. And even when you touch it, you see that the oil is on your hands. That is a low porosity hair. Low porosity hair, when for you to get it wet, very wet, it's very difficult, and for you to get it dry too is very difficult. Once you get products also in, it is very difficult for it to also air dry. That is a low porosity hair. So somebody may be thinking, if my hair is low porosity like this, what do I do? Low porosity. So it is very difficult to take care of a low porosity hair if you don't know your porosity, especially. But once you know, and then you know the tips and you know what to do to it, then you realize that you are making progress. So for low porosity hair, what I will say is you need a little bit of heat. People just say heat, but I wouldn't say just heat, because heat can also damage it. Yes, we need heat. We need heat because heat actually helps to raise the cuticles a little bit so that products can penetrate. So for instance, if you want to put your leave-in conditioner in your hair, make sure that your hair is wet and warm. That way, once you put the leave-in conditioner, you will see that it will penetrate and it will be able to moisturize your hair. Because our cuticles are flat and products are not able to penetrate so easily. Most of the time, low porosity people, our hair is so dry and it breaks so easily. So with a low porosity hair, if you apply a little heat to it, you realize that it will raise the cuticle a little bit for you, and then whatever products you're putting in, it will help. One thing I usually do is when I'm doing my deep conditioner, once I put my deep conditioner in, I sit under the steamer. You can sit under the dryer also. You can cover your hair with a hair cap and then sit under the dryer, or put the deep treatment in your hair and sit under the steamer for whatever time the manufacturer is saying on the products. You can just sit under a dryer or a hooded dryer or a steamer, so that way your cuticles will be raised for the product to be able to penetrate. That is one way. Another way also is, if you don't have a hooded dryer, you don't have a steamer, there are heated cups out there that you can buy. Some of the cups, you can just put it in a microwave, warm it up. Once you put your treatment in, you put a warm cup on it, and then it will also heat your hair under the shower cup, so that the cuticles will be raised for product to penetrate. Another way also is, you don't have a heated cup, you don't have a hooded dryer, you don't have a steamer. If you have a hand dryer, you can use that also. Once you put your hair cap on, I mean the shower cap, you can use the hand dryer to actually blow some heat on top of your head, and then it will warm the hair under the shower cap, and also for it to raise the cuticles so that the products can penetrate. Another thing also to do, one thing you can do for a low porosity hair to be able to absorb moisture is also by using products with humectants. You need to avoid using products with thick oils like shea butter and all these thick oils, and use products with humectants like glycerin and honeys. It's very good, like it penetrates, it's light, so it penetrates this hair, and it's really help with hydration. And I'm telling you, if you haven't tried, try it, and you're going to love it. That is one way, by adding humectant to your product. And also with low porosity hair, like I said earlier, avoid using thick butters and products with all these thick oils, and try to always use lighter weight products for your hair. That is what really suits our hair kind. And also another thing you can do with a low porosity hair is, once you've made sure you have hydration, try and seal it, and you'll be very glad you did. Because even though we are not supposed to use so like all these thick butters, you can use a little bit, or just a lighter oil, like you can use a lighter oil like the grapeseed oil or the argan oil. You can use it to seal it. And I'm telling you, once you seal a product in a low porosity hair too, it stays. It doesn't go anywhere, because remember, the cuticles are flat. So once it's sealed in, like it's just there. Once you seal it in, it's there. It doesn't go anywhere till your wash day. And that's so another thing also with low porosity is, because we tend to have product buildups, it is also necessary to clarify your hair. Yes, I understand people are afraid of the clarifying shampoo, but there are a lot of clarifying shampoo out there that doesn't have sulfate. Some people even tend to use the sulfate, but if you don't want the sulfate, there are a lot of good clarifying shampoo out there that you can use, and then it will clarify your hair. Because if you don't clarify your hair from all those product buildups, and then you try to put another product in, or you try to apply another product on your wash day, remember that it is not going to penetrate the cuticles to moisturize your hair shaft, and therefore your hair is going to be dry, and that is what leads to the breakage that we get. You realize that when you get product buildup, then your hair becomes dry and it becomes brittle and then it breaks off. You don't want that. So try to clarify your hair. Even if you don't want to clarify your hair every week, try at least every other week. Clarify your hair, clarify the hair, you know, cleanse it, clean it from all the buildups so that when you put a product in, it will be able to penetrate and moisturize the hair shaft so that your hair will be soft and manageable for you. So with that said, like I already said, I'm a low porosity hair and I'm enjoying this ride ever since I got to know my porosity. If you want to know how to find out your low porosity, last week I talked about the porosity test, and then you can do it. That is the floating test. You can do it today, and for a low porosity, you realize that your hair is going to stay on top. It will just float on the water, the glass of water. If you want me, let me just go back and then say the test all over again, because probably somebody didn't watch the previous video. But the porosity test is where you get a glass of water, and then after you've shampooed your hair and it's clean of every product and it's dry, you take a strand of that hair and you put it in the water. And with that, when your hair goes down, we remember the last week we said that when it goes down to the bed of the water, to the bed of the glass, then it means it is a high porosity. The same way that if your hair decides to float on top of the water and it doesn't go anywhere, then it's a low porosity. Or it floats for a very long time before getting down, then watch out, it still is a low porosity. So with that said, I believe this week you're going to test for your porosity, and you'll be able to treat your hair properly with all this information. Thank you for watching, and if you are here and you haven't subscribed to this channel, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and also click the notification button so that you'll be the first to receive every video that I post. And also, if you like my videos, then you can go to my Instagram and my Facebook page also to like whatever is going on there. There are a lot going on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. And the name on the Facebook page and the Instagram is Mercy Amoateng. So as you go through this week, remember that without him, we are hopeless, we are nothing, and we will fail without God. Therefore, let him lead you, let him order your step throughout as you go through this week. Like I always say, there is pandemic, yes, but there is a lot of blessings also. Let's look at it that way. Let's take the positivity out of this whole thing that we're going through and leave the negativity, and we will see that we will be blessed. Enjoy your week. I love you. Bye.